It comes down to this, chat. Game 82. A win, and we are potentially in. Again, 37 wins to the Canucks 40. We need the 88 points. They need 87 or less. And we would be the 8th seed and earn the right to have our asses kicked either by Colorado or Winnipeg. It's a tiebreak ROW. I would imagine they still have ROW over us, given that ours is at a 29 and theirs is at a 31. We have to win, and they have to blow it. The only thing that can propel us to the playoffs is another cursed team suffering from the same issue. Draisaitl and McDavid are still there. Oscar Sundqvist, who was with us last season. Berg, Bouchard, Nurse, Gannon, Larocque. Goalie's probably Skinner still. Okay. This is it. On home ice. Against Edmonton. Playoff bound Edmonton. First period. 2-1 Preds. Ekblad and Garlock. Akil Thomas gets one for the Oilers. Second period. Still 2-1. Jesus Christ. They're not actually going to fuck around and do this, are they? Ryan Garlock. 3-1. Trading for our first round pick back may have been a mistake. Akil Thomas. I'm not allowed to see what's up with the Canucks, unfortunately. Rawlings gets it back. If Vancouver did not secure 2 points, we're in the playoffs. Let's make it dramatic. Have the Nashville Predators secured a playoff spot. 3, 2, 1. Yes. The Vancouver Canucks absolutely blow it is the only way to put it. As we'll have a bunch of suspensions. Probably had a rage of losing points. We have accomplished our goal for the season. We have made the playoffs on the last day of the season. So we'll have a lot of things to do before we actually get to the playoffs. But it's happened. The Vancouver Canucks absolutely choke. Cody, what's going on, man? What did they do in their final few games? 3-7 in their last 10. 5-4-1 was enough. Let's see. Let's see. So your AHL team's going to compete for the Stanley Cup. From the looks of it, yes. From the looks of it, yes. I'm just making sure we have proper count of all the suspensions that were just sent in, among other things. But the Vancouver Canucks have absolutely choked, which I gotta be honest, I'm not overly happy about. It would have been better to not make the playoffs after reacquiring our first round pick. But we get a rematch with Colorado at the end of this. As ridiculous as that is, we do get a rematch with the Avs at the end of it, who swept us the last time we made the playoffs a few seasons ago. Brady Tkachuk led the forwards in points. Another 30-goal season for him. Mac, again, not that bad. He's not the star, though. It is Brady Tkachuk. Burakovsky was honestly okay by the end of it, but not elite. Svechnikov's contract is a fucking disaster. LJ wasn't too hot. Koski-Ranta did okay. Brian McLeod actually did very well. Eckford was pretty good, too. Turner. Svitov. Garlock wasn't too hot, but some of the younger guys that we put into the lineup did relatively well. Defensively, Cam York's insane, as we knew. Ekblad, we kind of knew the points were going to go down, but he still scores goals for fun. Rollins didn't do too well, but can't really blame him given who was playing for a good amount of the season. And in goal, UC Saros, not great at all. But his last hurrah gets us into the playoffs. Oh, Connor Bedard still just destroying the league for fun. He, McDavid, and Horvat, the 100-point getters this year. And indeed, 81 goals. Nearly a goal per game. Connor Bedard, you had Kukkinen and Pasternak over 60, with McDavid, Robertson, Spooner, Thompson, and Hughes with at least 50. Your defenders, Cam York, likely winning the Norris, unless they give it to Shabbat for the extra plus minus and the goals. Matthew Tkachuk still in the league. He is. Thomas Shabbat, only guy to hit 30 goals. Ekblad was second with 26. Goalie is the winningest Tristan Jarry in Ottawa. Shutout leader with 7. Mackenzie Blackwood on Colorado. Save percentage leader amongst starters is Ville Husso at just a 919. Goaltending wasn't great this year again. 47 points for Gary Pelech is likely enough for him to win the Calder in Calgary. Good to know. Yeah, it wasn't quite LJ's to win. So we have made the playoffs. Anything can happen once you're here. We got brutally swept last time. However, we have 6 suspensions, 2 X factors to add, and a coach firing. So allow me to do a lot of management here. A lot of management. I will do what I can. I will do what I can. I'm going to leave the roster. Isn't it 8? It is 6. I counted twice. All right. Yeah, I'm going to leave this roster as it is. Who's getting their X Factor optimized? That I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to be an NHLer or an AHLer. A lot of medium top 6s, so I feel like they're going to cap out pretty quickly. I don't really feel like we have a number 1 choice for yield X factor optimization, you know? I feel like we got a go-to for that. Outside of maybe Ness, but I mean, off what we know, his aren't that bad. But given he's our only medium elite prospect right now, changing those to all just be goal scoring related might not be that bad. It might not be. There's also Adams. We also have stud and dud of the season to sort out as well. Which, I mean, again, if you're talking dud of the season, I mean, Burakovsky and Svechnikov weren't great, but they weren't horrific. I'd put LJ Mooney in the dud category before that, but you could also say it would have been one of the guys that we traded anyway. Because in terms of a stud, I mean, Brady Tkachuk's already there. Cam York would be our stud of the season. He's already got a full house. So, Svech was second and third line. NHL-wise, I'm going to say no stud or dud this year. Florian Xhekaj, you could say, wins stud at the AHL level because he actually was phenomenal. Yeah, if anyone was going to win stud of the season, it would be Florian Xhekaj. And thing is, though, he's an NHL caliber player playing in the AHL. Like, he's a 79 overall. So, Saros is pretty dud. Yeah, he could be right up in there for dud of the season again. I think I agree with that. And Cam York, there's no benefit to being a stud of the season. He already has abilities, so nothing to change there. I'd say Saros was worse than either of these two, really. It's just with Saros worse than who already left the team. Which, yeah, you know, I think we can go for that. I think we can. So what we're going to do? What we are going to do? Optimize Svechnikov. I might, given how long he's going to be here for. We need to do pick a number. So one Florian Xhekaj, stud of the season. I'm in agreement with that. We rolled a 27. A 27. The captain of this team. It's not though, it's the other line. For a 12, 16, 20, 24, 27 is send it. So the question is, we will flip a coin. It will be heads is gold, tails is silver. You guys know how this works. So here we go. Silver. Silver, send it. For Florian Xhekaj. We'll take that. And for UC Saros, I'm going to do pick a number between 1 and 3, representing his 3 silvers. And we rolled a 2. So UC Saros, dud of the season for the second time, and you are going to lose last stand because of that, as you continue to slowly fall apart and fade into irrelevancy. So that is our stud and dud of the season. Now, we still have the optimized one player's X factors and abilities due to completing the goal. And then Frank chipped in with add an X factor. So we'll go back over to this roster. And we will be adding an X factor to an eligible player. And we will go to the wheel for this. Our Shapak now. He's got pretty much. Pretty much. So I'm not going to optimize anything yet, because depending on what happens here with the one that Frank brought in, it might change my opinion on what can happen here. So give me uno momento. And honestly, goalie-wise, Saros and Emil Vinny end up on this list. So, one player who doesn't already have a full house is about to end up with an X Factor, thanks to the points from Frank. That player is going to be Safronov, who does already have a silver, And we'll have at least another one, if not a gold. So, Mr. Oleg Safronov, the 20-year-old defenseman, is about to earn an ability here. Now, he already has quick pick. Well, we're going to do pick a number between 1 and 42. It ends up on number 32. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and number 32 is the most useless fucking ability you could possibly get because the AI do not know how to fucking Michigan. He's going to get skilled up. Now it's a coin toss. Heads is gold, tails is silver. We need it to be a gold. And it is. Our defenseman is going to get gold skilled up, which at the very least should add to his trade value. What a waste. What a waste. He keeps the quick pick, yeah. I just had to take quick pick off for a second so it's the proper 1 through 42 since it's 42 abilities. So congratulations, Oleg. Well done, Frank. So in terms of whose abilities we're going to optimize, I am allowed to quote-unquote optimize someone's abilities. Man, Cam York's insane. My thought is, what if I take off quick pick from York and make it a silver? Or a shooting, you know, a silver passing or shooting ability. You know? There is Koski Ranta. He's very well rounded. He's not really a specialist. Optimize Safronov to change the bad X factor. That is a play. That is a play. Take wheels off of Brady Tkachuk and give him something for passing. Give something to Svechnikov so he can actually put up points. Svechnikov's not a bad shout. I don't even know what the hell we could give Macklin. And you give LJ Mooney like gold tape to tape. He could be a beast. The way I see it, I mean, optimizing Macklin, it would be not having the offensive abilities he already has. If I send in a buyout, number one, don't do it now. It'll be mistimed. And it is random. Top at it, kind of. So the options for this successful goal of the season is LJ Mooney, mainly for tape to tape, to try to turn him into an insane playmaker. It's Brady Tkachuk to do the same thing. Take away the wheels, give him tape to tape. It's Svechnikov because we're stuck with him. I don't know what the hell said ability would be to try and make him better, but if a pure goal scorer, no. Not really. Burakovsky's gone at the end of the year. Koski Ranta doesn't stand out in one particular way. Nor does Turner. Or defensively, it's Cam York for a passing ability. So it's either York, Svechnikov, Brady, or LJ Mooney. Again, I mean, Brady Tkachuk's 30. We could trade him whenever. I do think there's a chance Mooney could be an absolute beast. I mean, York is already really productive the way he is. Brady is relatively productive the way he is. He is a 30 goal scorer. If I give Brady Tkachuk a shooting ability, he could take off. I think York is fine the way he is. Fuck. It's either Svechnikov, Brady, or LJ. Cookie, because we accomplished our goal, I am allowed to optimize. Optimize to me is keep the same amount, but make sure they all make sense. I mean, we didn't really clarify what optimize entails. There's a couple of different ideas for that. I don't know if JD is in the house because it was his goal originally. So he would be the final say on that. And if not, we'll figure it out. I'm going to leave it down to those three for the moment. Was it your goal, Jake? Sorry, I thought it was JD's. Well then, Jake, it's your goal. My bad. I was thinking of JD because he's had a couple of goals of the season already. All right, we're going to have to fire a coach as well. Before that, let's figure out what these suspensions are going to be. So Jake, define optimize. Like if I were to optimize Svechnikov, am I allowed to change stuff to gold? Am I allowed to give Svechnikov a full house like Brady Tkachuk has? Am I only allowed to change the two that are there? What is your definition of optimize? Am I allowed to add? Am I allowed to change color? What's your definition of optimize? It was your goal. So, let's get this shit show over with. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 19. Gibbons, what's up? You can make full house on anyone even if they don't have X Factor. So Jake says just outright full optimize. Okay. I'm going to make that decision in a minute. First and foremost, our first one-game suspension is player number 8, which is LJ Mooney. Our second is player number 2, Macklin. And our third is player number 16. Obviously 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, Aaron Ekblad. They will all miss games number 1. We did sell at the deadline, yes. The next group of players will miss 5 games. Player number 3, Koski Ranta. We draw player number 18, which is Zaitsev. Zaitsev will be out for next game. And the final player is player number 7, which is Ulanov. Those will be the suspensions based on what we know. I mean, in terms of who got suspended for 5 games, it could have been worse, certainly. And again, we still have a coaching change. I feel like there's nothing I can do with Svechnikov, but seriously, I feel like if Brady Tkachuk is the consistent 30-goal scorer, if I give him, like, schnipe, he should be able to score, like, 50. And that would make Macklin even better. LJ could turn into an awesome playmaker, but he's only second line at best, and who the hell is he going to work with? And then Svechnikov is just, he's what he is. Go full house on your goalie prospect. It is true that prospects are an option as well. I am going to double check on that front. And this is a big, big decision. I mean, this could be a major, major game changer for us. I mean, obviously, again, there's the idea of Nick Ness. Could get some sort of optimization. Am I allowed to trade Svechnikov? No. There's Jackson-like. But, man, goalies are such voodoo. I don't think I can do it. I have made my decision. The player getting optimized is Brady Tkachuk. We're accomplishing our goal for the season. When I think of optimization, I got to debate a few of these, because there are quite a few that could be pretty good. You always go for New York. Not always. It just happened that he was a free agent this time, and it made sense. Tricky in reverse. Heat Seeker's pretty overpowered in the sim. No contest would be good for when we're watching gameplay if we ever frickin' get to. It's gotta be Sniper Heat Seeker for the gold. It's gotta be. Definitely a tape-to-tape with his passing ability. There's a lot of options here. There are a lot of options. I don't think he necessarily needs wheels. Back action won't help in the sim, it would only help in gameplay, so I'm not too worried about that. Same for edges. You can only worry about what would help in the sim. I think I know what direction I want to go. We are going to go Gold Schneip for his new ability. Like I said, I think he can score a shatload of goals if given the opportunity. Got to get close quarters in there with how overpowered that is. We're going to go Beauty Backhand, Big Tipper, and Heat Seeker. I want to try to turn Brady Tkachuk into a 50-goal scorer. That's the target. So that is the optimization on Brady Tkachuk, is just all-out offense. Try to turn him into a goal-scoring machine. Last thing we need to do is set up this set of lines, I should say, for the Colorado series. We know that Aaron Ekblad will be out for a game. We know Zaitsev is going to be out as well. So Zaitsev can be sent down for the moment. And we know that Ekblad is also going to be out. So I need to call up a right D. It'll be Dylan McKinnon. So let's get Smith in there. I'm going to update the Hall of Fame. We fell really far behind on it. It'd be kind of difficult to do now. I hope it's actually not that bad. Actually, in fairness, even if it is a minus, it's not a big deal because I do still have to change up the head coach. All right, so we got the Ekblad and the Zaitsev suspensions factored in. From there, 4 forwards have to sit, including Koski Ranta, who can be sent down, or we could leave as a healthy scratch, either or. Ulanov is out. So it's Ulanov, Koski Ranta, Mack, and Mooney. We will send down Koski Ranta. Need to call up a right wing. Could just be Klim Kostin. And for the hell of it, we'll call up Florian Xhekaj as well, since we know he was very, very good in the regular season. And then we need 2 centers. We'll go with the veterans, Burke and Peddle. At least veterans to our team. So on the right, that'll be one Florian Xhekaj. We'll get Klim Kostin in there as well. And then down the middle, Mooney is out for Burke. And Mack is going to be out for Peddle. And that is the setup there. Xhekaj can't play the right, but Kostin can. So yeah, Burakovsky pretty much got no choice but to bump him up. Garlock is going to be the top center. That works for me. So yeah, those are our lines heading into at least game 1. We'll have Mooney, Celebrini, and Ekblad back. But this first game could end up being an absolute bloodbath. And we have to fire our coach. So say goodbye. I am not allowed to fire the coach right now. So I'm sorry to tell you, you wasted your points. And Manderville stays. We are currently in a time frame where Manderville is not allowed to be fired. So we dodged that bullet. Hooray! The only victory we're going to see in this postseason.